viewers at home. Welcome to Live Chats with me. Today we have hosted the Assistant Minister of Tertiary Education, Research, Science and Technology, and also a Member of Parliament for Palapye, one of the most decorated leader and politician around the country, Mr. Goya.
Thank you very much. And thanks a lot for inviting me to your interview.
So we can talk about the developments of Palapye. We see that Palapye is in the pipeline of becoming a city, or is already a city. Can you please add something to that or elaborate what is happening around Palapye?
I'm quite excited. I'm quite happy to hear that there are people like yourself who see the potential in Palapye to become a city. And the way you are putting it, you are saying that it's already a city. Well, to me, it's a town which is shaping itself to become a city. So as I speak right now, I think all developments in Palapye put it in a very good position to ultimately become a city. But we can say it's a town, even if it has not been declared a town yet. But the status where it is right now, it is a real town. If you look at some towns in the country, some places in the country that have already been declared towns, in terms of infrastructural developments, they are far below the developments that you see in Palapye.
So now, can you please talk about, I know viewers at home are more interested about the Glass project, which was supposed to be running or which was supposed to be operating. Can you please elaborate on why is it being delayed?
Yeah, well, this is one of the projects in Palapye that emerged into a developmental hiccup. I think I better put it that way. That is a developmental hiccup because the project did not go according to the expectations of the people. But what I want to say to people is that the liquidation process has already been concluded. And where we are right now is that BDC has been looking for some investors. And I've been in touch with them. There's an investor who is very keen in taking up that glass project and doing some establishment there, some investment there, putting some investment there. And I don't want to divulge the name of this investor, but what I can simply say to the people of Palapye is that just watch this space.
You don't want to spill the beans?
Yes, I don't want to spill the beans.
But as we have talked, the developments of Palapye, it seems like most young people are not being involved in this development, or they cannot afford such small social developments. What is the way forward towards this problem?
Well, I'm not aware that young people cannot access the malls because before these malls were put into being, came into being, it was the young people who used to tease me on social media saying, Member of Parliament, when are we going to have shops like Fushini in Palapye? When are we going to see Bo Edgar's, and when are we going to see Bo Leg Eat in Palapye? And my response was just watch this space. And we have these shops today. And this is the time that they should now access these malls, because even in the past, when I responded to them, I used to say to them that no, please just save money. Save money, because one day these shops should be in Palapye and you're going to access them. Even when you move around these shopping malls, most of the people who have been employed there, they are young people. Go to the tills, go to the back offices, they are all occupied by young people. So I don't buy the story that young people or the youth of Palapye are not able to access the shopping complexes, the malls.
As you are saying, sir, the hospital right now is your #1 developmental project that you want for Palapye.
Yeah.
So I know there's a viewer who inboxed me and said, can you please ask the Honorable Goya, what about spirituality? Does he church, hobbies, things like that?
Well, I've just talked about the hospital as the most important project that needs to be done in Palapye. But I think the other most important project, the other important project is an airport. An airport is very, very important because through what? We have Botswana International University of Science and Technology. And they need lecturers. Lecturers who are not hired on permanent basis, but those who can fly in a day to come and do a presentation at the institution, then fly out same day. But we have an airport in Palapye, so it is cumbersome for them because all these lecturers, they fly in at our Zakama International Airport and use us to take them from Gaborone, drive them 2-3 hours to Palapye, and that on its own is not good because you need someone who can fly in, then drive, say 5, 10, 15 minutes from the airport, then go and deliver a lecture, then just out in the afternoon. So we also need an airport in Palapye. This is again one of the developments that are in the pipeline, and a place has already been identified. But I, for one, feel that that place should not be where we're supposed to construct this airport. My thing is that because we have 3 major villages in the central district around the same place, not very far away from each other, that is Palapye, Mahalape, and Soroe. I think we should identify land which is somewhere in the center of this village so that we go and construct this airport there so that it can be shared by all the 3 major villages. Then in terms of religion, this is a too personal question to me, but anyway, let me just say that I'm a Christian. I was born a Christian and I was baptized at the Zion Christian Church. I'm a Zionist.
Okay, what about hobbies?
Then in terms of hobbies, I'm a soccer player and also a fanatic. I also like other sports in the form of table tennis, lawn tennis, and volleyball. And I like watching golf. I like watching golf a lot. Yeah.
So moving forward, I wanted to ask, what do you normally do? What keeps you going? What is the motivation behind the success that you are in right now? What keeps you going? What do you use as your motivation?
Well, I would say that I'm a people's person. I love dealing with people. I love serving people. If I may share with you, previously before I joined politics, I was a banker. So at the bank I used to serve a lot of people. But I have realized that at the bank where I was working, I was just serving a few clientele. I was not serving the entire populace. And this is the more reason why I decided to join politics, because in politics you are serving the nation at large. So I, for one, I don't easily quit or surrender every time when I'm faced with a challenge. I deal with it, and to me, a challenge makes me to emerge a better equipped person to face tomorrow. So this is the person that I am.
Another question is that, I hope the viewers are understanding at home. Another question that I have for you is, what do you suggest that young people should do in order to succeed and move forward as a country?
Well, there's much that young people need to do to succeed in life, and what immediately comes to my thinking is that young people should never relent. They should never give up. They should use their brains. They should get away from the notion that the government is the one who is supposed to provide jobs for them. Young people, they should utilize the education that they have been provided with by this great republic to think outside the box, to punch themselves above their weight, to be creative, to be innovative, to navigate the world, to establish companies for themselves, to utilize government programs. Because there are too many programs within the government that the young people can utilize, and they can even form syndicates. they should form groupings in the same context and manner and tenacity that they used to apply while they were still schooling. They used to deal with problems at school as individuals. But when things became rather tough, they will form a small group, then they will brainstorm over an assignment that they have been given, and they will come with a solution to that assignment. This is the same tenacity that they should apply in life.
Now, moving on forward, what are the government and the private sector developments that people of Palapye should expect?
Well, in terms of government projects, one thing that I need to mention is that when you talk about development, it should not just be the government that should bring developments to people, but also the private sector. And I want to appreciate the private sector in Palapye because they've done very well. They've done very well to bring developments to Palapye, like the shopping complexes that you see in Palapye, the malls that you see in Palapye, they are from the private sector. But the government very soon will come out with a hospital. This is one of the major projects that the government is going to deliver in Palapye. But also the private sector. We are anticipating 2 new private hospitals. One hospital that is in the pipeline is Sidilea Hospital. The other one is Riverside Hospital, which is also coming from one of Botswana, who have invested in Palapye in the form of a Riverside Clinic. So these are the projects that are coming our way in Palapye very soon.
So earlier you mentioned the roads and the drainage plans. Can you please highlight on those 2?
Yes. Currently we have developments that are going on in Palapye under what is called Constituency Development Fund. And our intention is that we should pave all the roads in Palapye. Then after paving all those roads, we are going to put street lights on those roads, and we are also going to put up tower lights in certain areas in Palapye where it becomes very dark in the evenings. So these are some of the projects that are coming from the Constituency Development Fund. We are also going to utilize the same fund to put up stormwater drainage systems in the village. And in some areas, we are even going to develop water shelters. Yeah. This is the developments that are coming our way in Palapye.
Moving on forward, why do you think young people should be given more opportunities, and why do you want to work a lot more with young people?
Well, I think young people deserve to be given more opportunities because in terms of the population in the country, they are the majority. And as you know, statistics say that the young people in the country, they are in excess of 60%. So they are the majority in the country. And that on its own says a lot about giving them more opportunities. The other thing is that in terms of unemployment in the country, young people are the mostly affected ones. And again, this is another reason why they should be given more opportunities. And of course, they are the future leaders. Why can't we give an opportunity to the future leaders of this country? Yeah.
I hope you understood and you loved what you heard. If you have anything or any question you would love to ask our leader here, you can forward it to our page, Live Chats with Ray.